How's it going, YouTube? We're back again with another video. Of course, we're back with another One Piece video. For today's video, it's explaining devil fruits, everything you need to know, One Piece explanation. This is by my guy Too Spooky. Recently I've been doing a lot of One Piece type videos, and the goal is I'm trying to rewatch One Piece. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to do an anime reaction thing, and I want to rewatch One Piece. And during that journey, I also want to watch other types of animes that I haven't watched. You know what I'm saying? Like, I haven't seen My Hero Academia. I haven't seen Jujutsu Kaisen, Demon Slayer. Like, I haven't seen none of those, you know what I'm saying? So it would be cool to react to those. But as of right now, I'm starting off with these YouTube reactions. Because, like, I don't know how to, create proper reaction videos. Like, you can tell by my setup and the lighting. Everything's all messed up. But, hey, I gotta do what I gotta do. And so, let's hop straight into the video. And don't forget to like and subscribe, alright? Let's get it. The intro is fire. That intro is fire, I ain't gonna lie. That's a fire intro, yo.
How is it going, everybody? Too Spooky here. When it comes to the One Piece universe, the thing I've always been the most knowledgeable about has been the many different devil fruits and how they operate. In fact, I'd even consider it my specialty. Because of that, I decided I'm going to be starting a series where we go over the different devil fruits individually and really analyze what.
Yo, tell me if you want me to react to the series, because that would be interesting.
Get to them individually, I figured it would be a good idea to go over devil fruits as a whole. Everything from the different categories and subcategories, weaknesses, and information surrounding the fruits in general. This way everyone can be refreshed on the information and maybe even learn something that you didn't know before. So in today's video, we are going to be explaining devil fruits.
You know what's crazy?
To begin, we're going to be quickly touching upon what little we know about the origins of devil fruits. As far as
we're 1,030 chapters in, and like we still don't know much about devil fruits, bro. We only know like there's 3 types, and there's an awakening stage that happens, and like we truly don't know the origin of devil fruits, which is crazy, man. Like we're 1,000+ chapters in. But let's hop straight to the video. I'll be talking too much, man. I apologize.
Where devil fruits came from, we have yet to learn anything about their true origin. Aside from,
and this is a 22-minute video, so I might have to do 2 parts. But if I'm able to squeeze everything in under 30 minutes, that's good with me.
People think of them as a myth until they see the devil fruit powers with their own eyes. This would of course drastically change later on when we are seeing new devil fruits left and right, but this shows us that the vast majority of devil fruits exist within the Grand Line and New World, rather than in the different blues. Even though there seems to be an endless amount of devil fruits at this point, we still see examples of people not knowing they exist even in the New World. For instance, Shirahoshi had no clue of their existence. The people in Wano believe that the powers received from them are merely sorcery, and the women of Amazon Lily didn't know of their existence either. Appearance-wise, the devil fruits come in many different shapes and sizes, similar to normal fruit. But the easiest way to tell them apart from normal fruit would be that they are generally a different color and have a swirly pattern all over.
The design of devil fruits looks sweet though, I ain't gonna lie.
Taste god-awful. But shortly after consumption, the user will learn what abilities the fruit contained, along with its name. Contrary to popular belief, you don't need to consume the whole fruit to gain its abilities. Instead, only 1 bite is required for the powers to transfer to the individual who took the bite. It's not possible for multiple people to each take a bite out of the fruit to gain the same abilities. Instead, after the first bite, the fruit just becomes a normal, horrible-tasting fruit. In addition to that, it is possible for a devil fruit to exist more than once, but never at the same time. When a person eats a devil fruit and obtains its power, that power will not exist anywhere else in the world until the current user dies. When they do eventually die, the devil fruit power will then be reborn into a new devil fruit of the same kind as before, where it can then be discovered by a different person and consumed, repeating the endless cycle. Because many of the devil fruits have existed multiple times in the past, a lot of them have been documented into a book called the Devil Fruit Encyclopedia.
Yo, is this a real book? Like, is the encyclopedia in the real world? Like, did Oda ever make a devil fruit encyclopedia? Cause like I'm trying to like buy that and like actually, you know what I'm saying, actually read that stuff.
However, most of them do not have an illustration to accompany the ability, so it's hard to identify the fruit before eating it. We also don't know how common this book is throughout the One Piece world, but we do know there is at least more than one copy.
Yo, Oda should make a devil fruit encyclopedia, like for real, for real. That'd be crazy.
Before we move on, I should also mention that it's possible for inanimate objects to somehow consume a devil fruit and its abilities as well. The method was discovered by Vegapunk, but details of how this is possible have
We
never
still don't know who Vegapunk is. That's crazy. I can't wait for his backstory, fam. Shout out to the ads, man. Get your money.
When it comes to classifying a devil fruit, its classification can fall under 3 different categories: Zoan, Logia, or Paramecia. Zoans are devil fruits that grant the user the ability to transform into some sort of animal or creature. The majority of Zoans have 3 different transformations, which are the human form, which is the individual's original form, the human beast form, which is where the user transforms into a mixture of both the original form and the fruit's respective animal, and then the beast form, which is where the user completely transforms into their
This is my least favorite devil fruit. Cause like, who in the world wants to be an animal, dog? You know what I'm saying? Like, I want the like I want the Opu no Mi. That's a cool power. You know what I'm saying? Or the Magellan devil fruit, or Doflamingos. But like the Zoan types, man, unless it's a mythical Zoan. But like the regular Zoan types, man, like I don't want those. Those are not that impressive, if I'm being honest.
But they are generally considered the weakest of the 3 categories, mainly because the majority of them rely on brute strength, and their strength is determined specifically on the strength of the animal or creature the fruit is representing.
You see what I'm saying?
So if you gained the strength of, let's say, a wiener dog, you wouldn't exactly be able to become a Yonko anytime in the near future. Additional abilities are also achieved on a fruit-to-fruit basis, so a lot of them are specific to each individual user. But it's also possible to gain extra abilities depending on the animal in question. For instance, if the animal is some sort of bird, the user would also gain the additional ability to fly. I should also mention that if an animal were to eat a Zoan,
like who the hell wants to be a giraffe, bro?
The exact same species, it would give that animal absolutely no new abilities, but all the weaknesses of having a devil fruit power. So this category also comes with a small risk, because a human Zoan devil fruit does exist, which was eaten by Chopper. So if a normal human person were to have eaten that fruit before Chopper came across it, they would have gained a grand total of 0 abilities, but all the normal devil fruit weaknesses. Logia are devil fruits that grant the user the ability to create, control, and transform into a specific element or force of nature. Depending on the element or force in question,
that's a dope devil fruit. The one that the Iceman has, I forgot his name. Aokiji? He has a dope devil fruit. Like he could literally like ride a bike on water. This dude's he could walk on water, bro. He could walk on water.
And can therefore easily avoid most attacks. Hockey attacks are the only way to truly hurt a Logia user, aside from their natural weaknesses, but we'll touch upon those a little bit later. Not all Logia are able to become intangible though, however pretty much all of them can.
That's a dope devil fruit. The Kizuru one and the lightning guy, I forgot his name, NL?
Finally, onto Paramecia.
Those are dope
Paramecia
fruits right there.
Fruits are a bit harder to outright explain or classify. But basically anything that is not already considered a Logia or Zoan is considered Paramecia by default. Most Paramecia devil fruits grant some sort of superhuman ability or power, such as body modification, changes to the surrounding environment, producing a substance, or some other transformations that are not considered Zoan. One thing I want to add before we move on to subcategories is that some of the Paramecia devil fruits are very, very similar to some of the Logia devil fruits, which
This is
confuses
hard.
quite a few people when it comes
This
to
guy
certain
gave Luffy and
classifications.
Blackbeard the
I
beat
actually
down.
made a whole video discussing the difference between Logia and Paramecia a little while back, and how to tell the difference between the two. I highly suggest you go give it a watch after this video is over.
If you want me to check it out,
better
tell me,
understand the
man.
difference and why certain fruits are classified the way
By the way, I'm thinking about doing a like a ranking type video.
they
You know what I'm
are.
saying? I'm gonna
There
rank
will
all
be
the
a
devil
link in the
fruits,
description.
you know, the trash
Otherwise, feel
ones,
free
the
to give
dope
it a watch
ones,
now
the
and
S
come back
tiers,
to
the
this
A
video
tiers.
afterwards.
You know what I'm saying? I don't know how to edit that, but that would be a nice
Again,
idea.
I should mention we have yet to see any subcategories in the Logia category, so we'll move right to Paramecia. The only subcategory for Paramecia that we know of right now is known as a special Paramecia. So far, we've only seen one devil fruit that actually falls under this subcategory, which is the Mochi Mochi no Mi. Now, we don't have an exact definition or explanation of what makes a special Paramecia in the first place, but it should be known that this particular fruit was originally labeled as a Logia until its classification was changed in the volume release of the same chapter that it was named. From what I was able to deduce, a special Paramecia has almost all the same characteristics as a Logia. The user can transform their body into their respective substance, and they can create and control the substance outside of their body. The only two differences from a Logia would be that the user is not actually intangible, and instead only appears to be, and the substance in question is not an element or force of nature. I talk a little bit more about special Paramecias and how they could potentially operate in my differences between Logia and Paramecia video that I mentioned before. So once again, feel free to check out that video for more potential information on this particular subcategory. Now, Zoans have by far the most subcategories, so we'll go through these one at a time. The first we came across in the series is known as a carnivorous Zoan. Now, carnivorous
Those
Zoans
sucks.
aren't much different from a regular Zoan, but what sets them apart from the latter would be that carnivorous Zoans are generally animals that are naturally more predatory by nature, which makes them more dangerous and powerful in different aspects of combat. These animals in particular also usually
Like,
have
imagine you eat a
weapons
fruit and you
such
become
as
a
very
butterfly,
sharp
dog,
teeth
or you
sharp
become some type of
claws.
animal.
Two examples of a
I'll be
carnivorous
pissed,
Zoan
man.
would be the Inu Inu no Mi, model wolf, and the Neku Neku no Mi, model leopard, both of which are natural predators and bloodthirsty by nature. This bloodthirsty nature also generally carries over to the user themselves in battle, making them a force you don't want to mess with. The second Zoan subcategory is known as an ancient Zoan.
Yeah, these are alright.
Zoans are a much rarer Zoan type.
These are alright.
Most
It's
use
not
to
that bad.
transform into extinct or prehistoric animals. We've only seen two examples of these so far, which are the Zozo no Mi, model mammoth, and X-Drake's unnamed ancient Zoan that allows him to transform into some sort of dinosaur. Naturally, as a huge mammoth and a dinosaur, ancient Zoans are physically much bigger and stronger than your average Zoan fruit. Like carnivorous Zoans, the ancient Zoans are also equipped with natural weapons like the huge tusks on the mammoth or very sharp claws and teeth on the dinosaur. At this given time, not much else is known about this category other than the fact that the animals in question can cause significantly more damage than normal Zoans and carnivorous Zoans. The third subcategory is known as a mythical Zoan.
These are the ones right here.
Zoans are a much rarer Zoan type. In fact, mythical Zoans are
Like,
considered
Marco
the rarest
and
type
Kaido
of
got the
fruit in
best
the
Zoan
series.
Zoan
Mythical
type
Zoans
fruits,
allow
bro.
the user to transform into what can only be
The
described
Buddha
as
fruit, that's
creatures
alright.
found in
That's
myths
alright.
and
But
legends. The only two
the
examples
Phoenix
we've
devil
seen so
fruit,
far is the Hito Hito
is
no Mi,
amazing. Like, he
modeled by
can heal
Butsu,
himself.
and Marco's
He can
unnamed mythical
fly.
Zoan that allows him to
I like this
transform
one.
into a phoenix. What's most unique about this
Kaido's
category
devil
is that
fruit
in
is
addition
OP
to
as hell.
the strength boost that
You know what I'm
every Zoan
saying?
receives, the mythical Zoans also gain different abilities that make them seem like a Paramecia or even a Logia fruit as well. In fact, Marco's Phoenix fruit has characteristics of Zoan, Paramecia, and Logia all in one, making it what I believe is the most versatile devil fruit in the series to date. We'll probably talk about these two fruits in separate videos later on down the line, but regardless, mythical Zoans are essentially legends brought to life. The final Zoan subcategory is more or less in a category of its own, which is the artificial Zoan. Like we said earlier, Vegapunk found a way for inanimate objects to consume a devil fruit. Well, in addition to that,
I can't wait
Vegapunk
until
has
we
also
meet
done
Dr.
numerous other
Vegapunk
experiments
in the
involving
series,
devil fruits, and in the process
because that's
of
going to
all
be a
those
major like
experiments, he came
flashback
up with a way
and a
to
lot of like
replicate
that's going to be an
devil
information
fruit,
dump
but
in the series.
apparently it was rather flawed. Caesar Clown then did his own research and was able to replicate his own version of artificial devil fruits called Smiles, which are the artificial zoans. These artificial zoan fruits are flawed in their own way, but also grants the consumer zoan-like abilities. The thing that puts artificial zoans aside from the regular ones would be the fact that artificial zoans only allow the user to partially transform into an animal rather than completely, such as being able to only transform the user's hands into bear claws, rather than the rest of his body also transforming into a bear and things like that. Every consumer of an artificial zoan also grows black horns for whatever reason. We currently don't know if these artificial zoans are subject to normal devil fruit weaknesses like a normal devil fruit.
Those type of fruits suck, bro.
To come with unknown side effects due to the fact they are artificial.
We're in their corner and on it because their local agent is a small business owner.
Shout out to this guy, bro, who's making the videos. This is high quality, bro. Get your money.
Now that we know all of the different categories, it's only natural to touch upon the weaknesses that every devil fruit user is susceptible to. The main weakness is essentially the sea itself, because once an individual consumes a devil fruit, they will no longer be able to swim or submerge themselves in water of any kind. If the devil fruit user were to attempt to swim, their body would become completely helpless in one way or another, such as sinking right to the bottom. Although it's very broad, there are a few different specifics surrounding this weakness, however. For instance, the user will not be affected by moving water, and instead only water that is still. So water such as rain or waves will have no effect on the user. It's also possible for the user to submerge themselves underwater so long as their body is not touching the water. So if the user were to be wearing, let's say, scuba gear that covered their entire body, it would be possible for them to swim underwater without becoming helpless and drowning. The user will also be unaffected by very small bodies of water. This weakening effect only occurs once the user is knee-deep in water. So if the water barely covers their feet, for instance, they will remain completely unaffected. Once the user is in this weakened state, they will be completely unable to use their devil fruit
That
ability.
sucks, bro.
However, if the user's body was permanently changed from the ability in question, it can still be manipulated by others, such as when Luffy was completely submerged underwater by Arlong, but other individuals were still able to stretch his neck above the water so that he could breathe. It should also be noted that fishmen have the ability to breathe underwater, so if a fishman were to eat a devil fruit, they would also lose their ability to swim. But if they fell in the water, they wouldn't drown, they'd just be sitting at the bottom of the sea,
That's
unable to
crazy.
move, and consequently not dying instantly because they can still breathe just fine. If nobody came for them, they'd just, eventually starve. So either way, a devil fruit user's biggest weakness is the sea itself, especially since the majority of devil fruit users are pirates or marines that are sailing the seas, so a risk of falling in the sea and drowning is always lingering. The next big devil fruit weakness is a mineral, which is known as sea stone. This mineral apparently emits the same energy as the sea, and therefore whenever it is in direct contact with a devil fruit user, the user will fall under
Smoker
the same
was a
type of
good character, bro,
helplessness
but
as
like,
if they
I don't
were
know what
submerged
happened to
under
him.
the sea itself. The only difference is that the amount of sea stone in contact with the user does make a difference. For instance, the Marines developed special sets of sea stone handcuffs that will weaken a devil fruit user and nullify their abilities, but the user will still be able to walk along with other physical movements, so they aren't completely paralyzed as if they were under the sea. Being completely surrounded by sea stone will also generally weaken the devil fruit user, even if they aren't directly touching it. The sea stone can also be formed into different weapons, such as a spear or even bullets. The bullets are technically not canon, but personally
I can't wait
like
till
it
we
could
meet
be
Shanks'
possible,
crew,
and I
bro.
also
That's gonna
feel
be
this
lit.
would be the most dangerous example of sea stone to date, as it could easily
Like Shanks'
kill a
whole
devil
crew,
fruit
it seems
user
like
of any
they're just
kind.
filled with
The
guys
other
that can
devil fruit
shoot.
weaknesses
You
are
got the
a
fat guy,
case-by-case basis
he's a
involving
sniper.
natural weakness
Usopp's
and
dad's a
superiorities.
sniper.
Natural
Ben
weaknesses
Beckman
are
is a
pretty
sniper.
straightforward. You
Like,
see,
do they
a
all
natural
shoot
weakness
guns?
to a
Like,
different fruit
that's
is based
crazy,
on the
man.
makeup of the two abilities.
I can't wait till we
such
meet
as
them, bro.
fire being naturally weak to water, or snow being naturally weak to heat. As far as how superiorities go, some devil fruits have abilities that are strikingly similar, like they're almost the exact same fruit. But either by nature or simply by the abilities, the devil fruit in question is superior to a different devil fruit, such as the Tun Tun no Mi being vastly superior to the Kilo Kilo no Mi. Both of them are essentially the same ability of weight manipulation. But the Tun Tun no Mi can become much, much heavier than the Kilo Kilo no Mi, making it the superior of the two. Or as we saw with the Magu Magu no Mi,
Yes.
and the Mera Mera no
I hope
Mi,
they,
in the
like, I'm happy that they explained that. Because, like, I was so confused. I'm like, yo, Ace, you're made out of fire. Like, how is Akainu, I forgot his name. What's his name? Akainu? Like, how did Akainu kill you, bro? You know what I'm saying? He's lava or magma or whatever, and you fire, bro. You used to the heat. You know what I'm saying? But because of this explanation, like, it makes sense, though. It makes sense. So apparently, Akainu's devil fruit is much hotter, and he can still, like, cause damage to other fire type devil fruits. You know what I'm saying? But I was so confused when I saw it for the first time. I'm like, yo, how is this even possible, fam? But yeah, let's go back to the
case
video.
of One Piece, magma is listed as a higher order than fire, which is why Sakazuki was able to overpower Ace's fire abilities with his magma abilities. You could argue that fire is technically naturally stronger than magma, but in One Piece
That's
that
what I
just
thought.
isn't the case, and magma is instead superior to fire. It should also be noted that Armament Haki is technically considered a Devil Fruit weakness, as this Haki allows someone to bypass natural Devil Fruit defenses for a head-on attack. But Haki is a topic for another video, so I'm not going to go any further with it today.
Awakening. I was waiting for this
In
section.
some very rare cases, it's possible for Devil Fruit users to awaken their Devil Fruit, which
Yes,
further
sir.
increases the abilities of the user in some way. And from what we've seen, this increase is fairly drastic. I'll definitely touch upon awakening more.
Doflamingo
in a
and
future
Luffy
video,
are the
since at
best
moment we don't know a whole lot
Devil
about it
Fruit
right now.
users.
For instance, we
'Cause they were
currently
able to
have no idea
maximize
how
their Devil
someone
Fruits,
even
bro.
goes about awakening
Because
their
in the
Devil
beginning of
Fruit
the
in first
story, like, I
place.
thought
From what
Luffy's
we've
Devil Fruit
seen
was
with
trash.
Alicia,
You know what I'm
both current
saying?
examples of awakening
But, like, Luffy,
were
luckily,
able to
he's
change
creative,
the
and he has
surrounding
that childlike
environment into the
imagination.
substance that they can produce
And
from their own
Doflamingo,
bodies, and further
this dude,
manipulate
bro,
the
he could
transformed
heal
environment,
himself, give
making
himself
their abilities
stitches.
seem
He
much
could
more
fly.
like Logia in comparison.
You know what I'm saying? He could
And
do
when
the
it comes to
birdcage thing.
Zoans, the awakened Zoan
Shout out to
user appears
Doflamingo, bro.
transform into a gigantic
Shout out
version
Doflamingo.
of their respective animal, gaining even more strength, but at the cost of seemingly appearing less human and more animal by nature, and also seeming less intelligent. At this point in time, we have yet to see what an awakened Logia Devil Fruit user could possibly be capable of doing.
Can't wait for
but I
that.
can imagine it'll be pretty catastrophic. You may be wondering why people don't try to get their hands on multiple Devil Fruits to further increase their strength with two different abilities. From what we've learned from Blue Nose's statement to Jabra, Grand Line scientists have experimented with the effects of eating two Devil Fruits in the past, and doing so results in the individual's body destroying itself from the inside, to the point where their own body will explode without a trace. Rob Lucci even commented that it's enough of a risk to eat just one Devil Fruit, and eating two is just asking for death. This rumor, or perhaps this evidence...
Yo, like, how
has
did, like,
spread
Blackbeard,
throughout
like,
One Piece
how was he
world,
able
which
to
is
do
why
that,
no
bro?
one that we know of has attempted to eat more than one fruit. That being said, somehow Blackbeard was able to consume two Devil Fruits and harness both respective abilities without his body exploding. We currently don't know how this is possible. If it has something to do with his original fruit, the Yami Yami no Mi, or something else entirely. Or maybe the research about two Devil Fruits causing you to explode just isn't true. Either way, Blackbeard seems to be the only exception to this rule thus far, and it's currently
Blackbeard is a
unknown if
freak,
he's able
bro.
to eat even more than two. But on that note, that's pretty much everything you'll need to know about the general information of Devil Fruits. Obviously, there's some information that I left out, but it's a bit hard to touch upon everything in just one video. So if you guys learned something new, or you just gained a better understanding of Devil Fruits as a whole, well, be sure to drop a like. I would really appreciate it. Also, be sure to subscribe so you don't miss the next video. And like I said earlier, be sure to comment which individual devil fruits you would like to learn about next, since we're going to be covering a lot of them individually in a new series. If you can't get enough One Piece content, well, be sure to click here for the difference.
Shout out to this guy, man. Alright, that's the end of the video, man. If you're still watching, like, this video is like 25 minutes long. If you're still watching and you still mess with me, man, you're a legend, man. Thank you so much. I appreciate the love and support. Be on the lookout, because I'm about to go crazy with the content, man. I'm about to upload YouTube shorts, like a whole lot of them. I'm gonna upload other reaction type videos, and I'm gonna do anime reactions, you know what I'm saying? So be on the lookout for those. If you have anything that you want me to react to, don't forget to comment it down below, and don't forget to like and subscribe, you know? Thank you so much. Have a good day. Peace out.